that's what I started with. Was an R5.
Well, wait till I show you this.
Yeah, we're good. You brought it with you?
I wish I'd have kept it. There was,
It's
I
the
had
second-
seventh
it's the
grade
second
class,
center.
this is 1961, 62, and I had a bunch of seventh grade, and they wanted to make some radios. So we started, and then I got this Navy guy, and he says, we're gonna get you an R5, and I'm gonna show you how to convert
Oh, yeah.
Transmitter or receiver?
it. It was the R5 transmitter. It was 28 volts, I think.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
had
wow.
five
Then I had
transmitters.
to pull out the blade.
Before I forget the second
time. But it worked,
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah, they actually worked pretty
Thank
well.
you.
yeah.
I had it ready last time and forgot all about it.
Then Heathkit came out and started building Heathkits.
I had no idea once.
Well, what I did is I took an old Arc 5, an old
thought we
Arc
had
5
somebody
chassis, and I made a
Online
transmitter.
there, they went away, I
It
guess.
worked with a receiver.
So anyway,
the
sometime
receiver,
in,
the transmitter.
Ernie.
I don't know, early
Just
part
like
of
the
next year.
transceiver.
No, I didn't. Not really.
So I
And
come
then-
back to my house for the contest.
Oh, yeah.
So then you can.
These are the individual modules.
So you're hosting,
that
aren't you
go.
hosting something?
This is
Okay, Ron.
the IM
Aren't you
oscillator.
hosting something this Saturday?
Nothing I know of.
And that's
What's that?
That's not that, no, I think Kashuba, Mike Kashuba's doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, is that this?
I'm gonna-
No, can you do that with
I'm
that?
doing it by myself.
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
That's how I used to do it.
One house, but we've got the grandkids,
Oh.
this weekend too.
Well, there's a.
That would be very
on Sunday morning,
Yeah, somehow I
so
still at home, I had.
I don't know whether,
Which one? Chassis.
camera
Cutter. Oh, yeah.
That's touch.
Well, I had the nibber,
So,
you know,
Yeah,
for
that's a
square.
piece of crap.
But yes,
What kind of computer is that?
but to do the round one for the.
No.
If it's not
Really?
it's older than that.
Oh, older than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
All right.
The ones I have, other than the
The
ones
bulbs
that
that
just,
use
you
the
know,
wrench.
sit in the cabinet.
You gotta know Grayling is the guy that.
I wondered if you
I've
could
got a-
make a top.
Okay.
a Leica 3,
Yeah, I found my test
Which is the
nibber
last
other
real
day.
Barnack
It
size.
still works.
Oscar Barnack's got.
I've
Okay, the microphone's there.
So the last.
But I've augmented thing. I don't have a milling
Yeah.
machine.
I've got
Yeah.
a Kodak Retina 3C.
Everybody else keep quiet.
And 500
Call when you make
gave my kid
small
my roll
structures
fives.
Okay.
out of wire.
There you are.
Those are the ones I started
Well,
using.
It didn't come
Well,
off.
my wife, my first
I'm
wife,
not sure.
sometimes it
Wow.
many years ago, back in
dad
Africa.
My dad had one of those.
I always
These are
liked
taking
the
pictures.
wire making.
My dad had one of those. In
Wow,
fact,
what?
that's the one I gave to my kid.
Yeah, that's
Made
good.
out of,
He had
what you call it,
a Kodak.
Well, you know,
and, the wheel came out.
I don't know what to tell you.
What you want,
That's what came up on
Some
that.
tries to go with
Okay, go to-
a 3D attachment,
so you just need a
and
torch
telephoto and lighting. all
that's
that.
hot enough to mill brass.
Well,
Crazy.
the 3D
I
attachment.
don't know what the
And I just bought it.
That's okay, we can show
I mean, I don't know if I have.
Okay.
I have a grill, so I went and
I
used it
sent
as
it
a
on the
smoker.
slow scan.
So to start the smoking,
To
I was using just a milk gas.
I'm getting
And
back.
I extended, I'm gonna get a grill for the creme brulee.
You
Or that thing, and it says right there, it's to make jewelry. So I wonder if you.
Try to put this one down here.
Well, you know, you can pick up little assortments
Marks on
of
the air.
brass, welding rod, brazing rod, and you can try it.
Hey there.
I got something for you.
Oh, you
Hello,
do?
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Let me show you what I was looking for to begin with. See this stuff? I was looking for, I thought I had some more of that.
I'll just go down
That's
a little.
what you had in mind, and then.
Yeah.
Don't see anybody online.
I don't know the question of this, but this is great. Thank you.
Thought you might get a kick out of that.
Thank you. It's, so perfect.
The problem with anybody that builds anything today is finding pieces and parts.
Oh my God.
It's almost impossible.
That's when you really reach Lafayette and,
I'm hurrying
you
people.
know, they
You know,
were
I
there,
read-
you know, nobody knew what they were doing, but the parts were there, you know what to find.
I read
First forward and flip
in
What was that?
a Wall Street Journal article where they're starting up a couple of Radio Shack operations somewhere in the
I heard that too.
Okay.
The name was purchased and the brand will be. buy it.
and then just talk for the rest.
You can find anybody that's interested.
Good luck. No, you can't buy a big place.
What do you got there?
Almost like buying a
That's
car.
what it is.
You
It's
can
a
buy
heat kit.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can buy one.
100 pieces
about it.
of any capacitor, any resistor you want. You have to buy-
Amazon is a great source for parts, believe it or not. Then there's another one called PATA.
He's good gear here.
PATA. And they're cheap and they're fast.
That's where I work.
PATA Electronics.
Okay, where are they?
Here's your banner.
Where are they? Where's PATA?
Here.
They're somewhere in the east, far east, but they drop ship to a distribution point in the States.
I see.
And it must be there for, because typically you get order turns around in under 5 days.
That's great.
And cheap.
Close that out for a minute, see if we
No
got
minimum
anybody
bill,
online.
nonsense, it's
What's
amazing.
for show and tell? I haven't heard of that.
Okay.
Okay, good.
PAYDA.
Let's admit this guy.
Take on the crumbs, yeah.
vacation. David, okay.
No, I know Bob makes these them all the time.
Yes,
Oh,
he introduced me to them.
By the way, Carol,
yeah,
relating to that video, music, copyrights,
yes.
you should be able, dawn on me, you should be able to put that anywhere you want. Every music I use
Can you hear us now, David?
is public domain because it's.
Yeah, I hear everybody just fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, did you put a new microphone in?
No?
Like their performances.
Yeah, it sounds good. I can hear everybody talking.
Next time I'll play it myself.
That could be good or bad,
There you go.
but anyway.
Bob, get you in the piano.
Was that you on a few minutes ago and then went off, David?
Right now, it looks like I'm the only one on here besides the club.
Okay, well, somebody else was on, or maybe that was you and then went off. Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
Watch, is that who it was?
I did.
All right. All righty.
That way.
Well, we're gonna go right into, the POTA presentation from, Ron.
Okay.
Sorry.
DMS.
WP6 DMS. And that's going to be a week from Saturday at Folsom Lake.
No. The 19th.
No, 26.
It's after after Pacifica.
We had to change the date.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We had to change it to the 26th, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's mine.
Oh, that's why, come on.
Saturday after.
Let me get this right here.
26.
Yeah, perfect. We changed it because of the.
Right.
You know, I've got all my copper pad upstairs.
Okay, so,
But in my little parts closet.
Yeah, the 26th.
in my lab, I got some of that stuff.
And,
couple different versions of
you're
it.
gonna, a little bit later, you're gonna send me
Then I got
the, exactly where it's gonna be and everything,
I'm
so I
gonna show
can
you.
forward that on.
We'll show you, yeah.
Or if you could send that in an email and I can forward it, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, but we got a little bit of time for that, but not too long, time gets away.
My final.
So anyway, that's gonna be on the 26th,
Oh, look at that.
and, POTA is,
The local.
New to a lot of us.
My mixer. I have
so,
pretty much.
Ron, tell us what it's all about.
Okay, POTA is basically a field day where you go to a park,
You like those?
you have to go to a state park, and then you become what's called an activator. And you start sending out CQ, POTA. Whoa. And then people answer you, and you keep track of your contacts. So you make as many contacts as you can from a given park. It has to be a park.
And this is the mountain.
They also have
So they're-
summits on the air, but POTA is parks on the air. So we have decided we're gonna go down to Willow Creek. Willow Creek is part of Folsom Lake Recreation Area. It's right off Folsom Boulevard. I'm gonna put together a letter and send it to everybody, email it, I'll send it to John. But it's right across the street from where the outlets go up to, in there in Folsom. So if you go down Folsom Boulevard to the outlets, right across the street. And if you're going east, you gotta make a U-turn and come back to get into it. And there's a $10 fee, so if you wanna double up, that's okay too.
Yeah, $10 per car, what it takes to get in there.
What I'm gonna show you, they're not in order, but I did the best I could. This is kinda new for me, so I got the pictures and I got them on a flash drive, so that's about the end of my expertise. Okay, I will go ahead. Can I close this one out?
No,
No.
no, you want to,
How do I do it now?
oh, we gotta go back here. And,
I just pulled it out.
where do you see it?
Right there. Well, there's one. I don't know if that's the same one. You want your flash drive on it, but.
Right. Where's D?
You know, I need to
Looking for the D drive there.
Yeah. You're not going to. Let's see. Oh, come on.
Settings, documents, that's what we need. D drive.
There it is.
Right there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Start with, we're gonna go kind of through a series of pictures. They're not gonna be in order, and I apologize for that, but that's my, that's the, I'm having a banner made up. It's, instead of black and white, it's red, and then it's got the POTA emblems, and then our club, and then it says Parks on the Air, but there's no box in it. That was, I got rid of that finally.
Okay, so are you guys sharing this on the screen right now? Because I don't see it.
Okay. Okay,
Should be,
No,
right there.
it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not. I forgot about that.
A little complimentary signature driver. I was trying it with the Phoenix NS. I got 5 watts output, and I can shrink it down to the size of a postage stamp. That's what I'm planning to do.
How do we get to the sharing screen, Carol?
Say again?
How do we get to the sharing screen?
Okay, are you in Zoom? No, you
Yes,
need to
we're-
get to.
Oh, you gotta go to Zoom.
You need to go to Zoom window.
That's what it is. Gotta,
You can just click on the Zoom button down there, and it should bring up your Zoom session.
we got the Zoom right there.
And it's a
This
Zoom
is it.
session. Okay, then you click share.
Share it there.
Agree?
That's why I couldn't find it.
Okay, now you click on what you want to share, which is that picture, right?
Yeah,
With that one, that's the one.
Highlight that
How do
and
you
then
get the
share
rest
it.
of, oh, there's the rest of them.
all right.
See, cool. Okay, so I just click on this one. Where'd that go? It disappeared on John. What happened to it?
Well, I don't know.
Sorry.
You know, I.
Okay, go back to documents. Here, well, yeah, here you are. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, Gig and I were, initially we installed a 40-foot dipole, 20 meters. And so the idea was we're gonna stake it and erect it. The only thing is that at Willow Creek, the soil is so hard, solid rock, you can't do it. So we did a series of putting them together with rocks, just plain old rocks.
That's a hardened bolt?
Fine.
I'm sorry.
Now, we chose this area because this area has a covered facility, and we don't know what the weather's gonna be like in October. But we have a covered thing, and then we have the post where we can erect the banner. So we've got that part of it covered. Now, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. So you can see, there's the POTA emblem. Now you can see this is where it is. You go down Folsom Boulevard, and if you're going this way, you gotta come around, go in, and if you're coming this way, you just turn in to the right.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.
And there's the Willow Creek sign that you're gonna be looking for. And GIG has a power supply that's pretty awesome. So you can see it's a covered facility. There's a big antenna. And so we use the rock base, and then we use bricks, and we tied it up for braces. We tied it up to a couple of trees and a bench. So what we're going to do is, and I'll get this out, we're going to meet at we're going to go down there at 7 o'clock to make sure, because that's when the park opens. We'll get everything set up. Folks come around 8. We're gonna work as many as we can, and then about noon we're gonna have. Mike says we're gonna have an Oktoberfest or hamburgers, but we'll serve lunch. We will serve lunch, so it should be over by about 1 o'clock. And if you want to bring GIG, Mike is bringing his power supply, which if you haven't seen it, it's awesome. We used it on field day, and I think he could probably. The thing weighs about 100 pounds. It's on wheels, and it's one that I think it was his brother-in-law was using at his home. So once you charge it at home on electricity, then it's just ready to go. You don't have there's no motor involved. No gas involved. Just you charge it at home. So we'll have a 40-foot antenna, power supply, lunch, and we'll stop at the donut shop before we get there and buy donuts. We always do that. That's our contribution. But we've been out there, we've set it up, we know it works. Now, where is Mike? Mike is in Missouri.
Right.
He's riding the Katy bike ride, 200 miles. He and Julie. So that's our presentation, and I think it's going to be fun. I enjoy POTA. I love it. So I've been working as a hunter, and I've made, just in the last couple of months, I've made about 150 contacts. I even got one, and I can't believe it. One of my contacts was on 10 watts, and it was in Shankar Island, Russia. Kind of interesting.
What band?
20 meters. That's it. I use the crappie pole, about the 18-foot fiberglass crappie fishing pole with just a plain old half weight, and it works fine. Then I've got a vertical in the backyard, but I use in my shop. I use the little one. Sometimes I use the KX2. Right now I'm using the ICOM 735. Run about 90 watts. So we'll have. Mike is going to bring me 7300. So it's going to bring your key, and we'll have fun.
All right.
And I got to go. My wife is not doing well. I'm taking her to the doctor first thing in the morning.
Oh, thank you for doing this.
Pull that out.
Yeah.
So if you'll excuse me,
Alrighty.
I'm looking forward, and I'll send out a letter to John, everything on it.
Yeah, all the details.
Yeah, thank you, John.
The main job, we just need to remind people of the date.
We will.
What it is, yeah.
What band is the antenna cut for?
20.
A good daytime band, but
Just
portable
20 years.
particularly, yeah.
We're trying to make it really simple.
Yeah, it's gonna go like, what, 4 hours?
Yeah, roughly.
Something like that.
Yeah, 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And it's fun, and it should be, in the morning, we can work, a lot of the East Coast, so it's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll be here next meeting.
Got your flash drive?
Yeah, that
Okay.
I hope nothing's serious.
I hope no too. We'll find out in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Stop the share on the Zoom,
Okay.
please, because nobody sees anything.
Light on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
John, is there anybody else waiting to get in the Zoom?
I don't know, I'll find out in a minute here.
Oh, okay.
Gotta get that bell working.
No, they'll take a picture of the sign.
Hit the red button to stop the share.
It says harassment training.
All right.
Not harass.
Nobody else asking to come in.
No one else? Okay.
Okay, so we did that first because he had to get back.
That is already now.
Now we're gonna start with the introductions here. I'll just read them since I already got them here. That's myself, WB6UBK, and Chris, AI6U, and everybody go ahead and start, Dennis.
I'm Dennis, KG6ZI,
And Bob, N6PGQ.
and Neil, KL7HQR.
Phil, KD6RM.
Carol, Kilo Papa 4, Mike Delta.
David, K6CIM.
And I don't see anybody else on Zoom. So that's the way it is. Okay. I'll go back to that, yeah. Okay. And Treasurer, or rather the minutes, I'm sorry. Minutes of the last meeting.
Oh, we had a meeting last Monday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now that you have your Braille machine, you got no excuse.
right here? All right, that would be one minute. Okay, let's see, hang on a minute here, let me see here, how do we get out of here? Okay. Come on. I'll be here in a minute. If you do something else while I have, sort it out here. Some weird stuff here. Oh, come on, you. Hang on about here. September, oh, here it is. All right. We had nine people here last month. Nine all members. No visitors. Treasury report. $7,625. And we have 31 members now. And John, okay, I read the last month's minutes for August. And John, WB6UBK, read QST from 150 and 25 years in QST. John, WB6UBK, gave us the results of NAQP that we had when PTQ was placed in August. And Carol, KP4MD, showed off her 5-watt SDR transceiver, the latest one from China. Anyway, that was pretty much last month's meeting.
All right. Now the treasury report from Phil.
I did not bring one, but the numbers haven't changed since last month.
Okay.
Same with membership, they're both exactly the same.
Yeah, we had one renewal, I think, that was done. Okay. So now it's time for the 150 and 25 years ago. So October 1924, which none of us can remember, not even me.
Maybe Phil.
Don't even start.
Don't start?
I'll try that again.
His time's coming later.
Sorry, Phil.
Okay, so the cover shows an amateur shadow there as he's pounding brass, his shadow in the middle of the night. And sending a radiogram on his trusty hand key. And then with short waves having been granted to the amateur service and experimentation successful, editorials say the Third Hoover Commission recommends many broadcasting entries may bring may bring to the conference, WWB, is described by the man who is most active in starting that process for the standard frequency. So I don't know if they just had standard frequency then, or didn't have the time, just the frequency, I don't know.
Probably.
It's part of the National Bureau of Standards.
Yeah,
Spectrum.
I know it is now, but when they first started out, I
I
don't know
think
if
it
they had,
still was.
did they have time also? As
Well,
as-
again, National Bureau of Standards, that would.
Probably didn't have quite as good of time accuracy as they
I
have
don't
now.
know that they had cesium clocks back then.
No, had a
I
grandfather
don't think so,
clock.
no.
Yeah. Long got a guy with a sextant.
Yeah, that's about it. That was only 100 years ago. It sounds like a lot, but that's only like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm 3/4 of a century, almost.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that long ago when you think about it that way. So it's like, most of us are old enough to have parents that probably were alive then, some of us anyway. So, 100 years ago sounds like a lot, but in a way it's not. So then they had the 15-month far north cruise on the ship there. The ship's owner and captain will illustrate the journey with a lecture and updates in WNP nearing home. Not sure what that's about. Anyway, then we got a short study of operation characteristics of amplifiers, including employing superheterodyne principles, which was a new thing at the time. That was probably cutting edge. Then we have the receiving coil problems. And then the vacuum tube voltmeter was debuted, which is to measure high voltage at any frequency.
That was 75 years ago.
No, this is 100 years ago.
Wow, already.
I know, see? It's not as long ago as it sounds. 1924.
Look at that, 18 years.
Yeah. We're all getting there.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
on strays, they had Miss Hamlet Ellsworth, 7S1. They had funny calls then. Became the second young lady amateur in the 7th district. I don't know what the 7th district was. I don't think that's 7 like we know it now. Yeah. Okay, then in 1974, which most of us, yeah, I'm sure all of us can remember 1974. That was only 50 years ago. And the cover reminds us not to keep our public relations undercover. The story of one amateur's radio club efforts for improved public relations appears in Getting the Story Out. And a new freedom, but also a new responsibility for U.S. amateurs is explained in It Seems to Us. So I think that's when, is that when we didn't have to keep a log anymore? Is that
No,
about the right time?
logs were needed for many years.
Yeah.
So,
When did that change? Do you remember? I was inactive at the time.
Every quarter.
yeah, I was in the
Was it 74?
70s, so,
Chris says it was 74.
I remember, because
1974.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty quick.
It's been 50 years.
it's 50 years ago, yeah. Sorry, folks, but it's
We
true.
could walk everything, man.
So that's when we didn't have to keep logs anymore.
Right.
Because I remember in the 60s, every CQ, every test,
Yeah.
no matter what it was, you logged it down.
And they would examine your log.
Well, I never heard of anybody being examined, but
We did.
the fear was all in it, it was in us all, you
That's
know.
what it was, the fear.
Yeah,
And then, you know, your light came up for renewal, you could hear these guys getting on the air,
yeah.
and you could sort of control wasn't very good. We said, well, you know, gotta renew my general here, whatever it was. So,
And then they had uncomplicated solid state circuitry, with no mechanical relays, as a discussion in solid state repeater control. So I guess that was a big step forward. Before that, it was tubes and relays, I guess.
Yep.
Then the tutor 2 eliminates the shortcomings of the tutor 1.
Well, yeah.
Moving right along. An address
Got a two-tier.
by W3ACE to the ARRL conference banquet, amateur radio in our independent civilization. Leaves us with the quote, "It is not likely that paradise will ever be fully achieved on this planet, but human satisfaction is devoted by striving for it." And that, in my view, is what amateur radio is all about. Striving for it, even though you know the ideal you never get. And then October 1999, now that was just before the turn of the century. You ever think we'd be old enough to say at the turn of the century?
Yeah.
At the turn of the century, you know?
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
good.
there you are.
Okay.
Oh.
The cover story shows the old and new technologies comfortably side by side. KB2QIU, Jerry shares his passion for hardware past and present. And then it talks about an approach to matching a feed line to an antenna that uses the antenna itself as an independent transformer. It is described in simple offset frequencies of wire element beams. So that sounds like, you have another word for that now? I don't know, it escaped me. Linear tuning or something like that.
Oh. Are you Roy?
And then in the good old days, ham radio was a smiley business. Shares a story of, smelly business, I'm sorry. Shares a story of the smell of radio. So I guess in the good old days, back then, they were talking about rectifiers made out of mason jars and liquids in there.
About 50 years ago.
All the dust burning off your tube.
That's
Yeah,
true.
a long time
Hey,
ago.
there's other stuff that burn off those tubes too.
Yeah.
The what?
Rats. Nice.
Okay. And suggest the operating practices of DX and contesters should set examples for others to follow. How's DX? Yeah.
That didn't get fixed.
Yeah, that's, yeah. It's one of those things you strive for, probably not gonna see it. Alrighty. So, let's see here. 7:30, let's go ahead and do, we already did POTA planning. So, now we'll do the presentation on Bob's antenna, putting it back together.
That's you.
Oh, you don't?
Okay. That's the same video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob,
Hey, what?
did that filter work at all for you?
I have not tried it yet because I guess I could try it.
Science Saturday.
Making sure I don't transmit, right?
Come on
I
over.
can do that. I haven't tried it. Say again?
You gonna talk about Bob's antenna?
No, it's all written in the video itself.
Oh, it's all
Yeah,
just,
you have to,
just a
you have
movie?
to have the audio.
Press
and
start.
Alright.
And
Make
Let me
share
get my
the
head
make
together.
sure
Oh, we
you
gotta
share-
do somebody here.
Make sure you share with audio.
We are admitting David again?
On Zoom, you have to select.
You
Share with
gotta
audio.
share with audio.
So David's probably,
I'm here. I
okay.
just had it on mute, but I am here.
So when you share, you have to select share
Okay,
with
go
audio.
ahead. Yeah, you gotta share.
And with audio. Share with audio.
Share sound.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we gotta share what? That's the problem.
Whatever you have on select the drive, right, which is a flash drive.
Just plug it back in, because we had the other one in there. So, wait a minute here, did this before. We gotta go to documents.
See, if he owned a Mac, it would just pop right up.
For TRS-80.
Nobody goes.
Exactly.
Huh?
Nobody
By
goes.
using all it.
Here, go ahead.
I don't have my reading glasses.
Okay, shall I help?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
I didn't bring my reading glasses. I can't read the screen.
Okay,
Whoever can do it quicker.
here we go. Oh, you don't have the video running yet, do you?
No, that's what we're working on.
Okay, here, let's,
It's on a flat USB flash drive.
USB drive, and it's N6PGQ antenna reinstall.
Shorted.
Okay, so we're gonna play this with the media player.
Okay.
Alright, and then we go back to the Zoom, and okay, and we go back to the Zoom, and then we're gonna share, share the wrong, I think we're sharing it right.
I think so.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so now what we need to do is
Volume.
press play. Oh, did we already, no, did I say to share with audio? I don't think so.
Yeah, we did,
Okay, so let's see if this
before
works.
you got here.
That's David.
Hearing that okay?
David!
Yep. Okay, I see it. This is,
Hear
looks
it.
like, I'm watching it on Zoom.
Oh, sorry. Oh, well.
That looks like Bob's QTH?
Yes, yeah.
That's gonna be as the audio.
How much is that? 75 feet if you go all the way to the top.
You getting the audio, David?
I am. There was some music,
Okay. Here,
but there's no, I hear a windstorm.
That's right, where's my friend?
This music sounds very sad. Yeah, it's sad music right now.
Oh, yeah. Ah. Oh, man. How was that?
You heard it beat up.
Rolex is undamaged. Double deck elements, broken boom and yard arm.
Thanks for reading for Chris.
Yeah,
And
replacement parts ordered. April 2021. Working on it solid.
And on a tarp. Well,
Yeah, because it was wet, huh?
No, the parts don't get lost.
Oh, yeah, that is smart. Got it here. Control wiring is vertically formed under there. flight control environment. A traditional control test antenna ready for installation on the test tower. Tower awaiting. Awaiting tower, April, May, June, July, August, September. September 23rd, almost 8 months later.
Wow.
Unloading it off the truck, passing the bottom, raising it a little more, and it's straight up in the air. Looking better. Antenna reinstallation, date 1/2, September 21st, 2021. Overview of the work area of the tower. We have you working on it there? Yeah. Antenna must be carefully placed on proper alignment with the dominant plate, tower vertical plate. Also important to ensure the cage will not contact the care must be taken to ensure that the cable will not pinched or damaged in the cage of the antenna. Our item, we would prefer that the antenna accidentally fall to the ground, not. What was that?
Not good form.
Not good. Oh, we appreciate it, didn't you? Oh, okay. Part done, rough little positioning now for the final cage. And they're up there. How high is that? About 40 feet in the air?
Yeah.
We're working on it now, a man lift there. Doing the final tightening on the bolts there. Yeah. Final boom plate. Oops. Bird's eye view from 250 feet, just for fun. Yeah. The drone, obviously. Final vertical alignment, considerable care effort. Is it windy up there? Let's do. It's always a little breezy up for you. Final tightening the webbing nut bolt after verifying proper antenna. Long day under the California sun, but one task completed. Except when the U-bolts are not long enough, larger ones are not available. What do you do, put extensions on them? Re-drill. Not in place. Gun arm in place, and just part of that.
Well, there was much discussion as to whether I wanted to put background lines up there for Christmas lights. That's the wind road and it's 15. But I got out.
Go ahead and put it up, huh? All right, Steve. Times 3, actual time approximately 3 minutes. There's a lot of things about this.
Radio now,
Rescue items, hoist 80-meter inverted beam, tie out, all lane leads. Did you have a pulley on top for those Christmas lights? or-
Yeah. Six lines for Christmas lights, one for the inverted beam, one for the light.
Go to the Christmas night, drive by, take a look at it.
You can see it. 750 lights on
Come and see it from the freeway almost.
it. Yeah.
Cars.
So that's my station.
Very nice,
It shows everything.
very nice.
So Bob, you keep your antenna at the top of the tower most of the time? You drop it with a
Yes.
N40?
Yep.
Keep it down low?
No, I keep it all the way up.
Keep it about 50.
That's what I started before. The problem with it is that the limit switch is set too high. And not sufficient to keep the wind from knocking it over. So I don't raise it up all the way.
Yeah, you can get it.
More strength.
Get a bigger car.
That'd be nice.
Okay. Nice, very nice.
Neil did a nice job.
All righty.
Nice enough.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo.
Now we're gonna stop sharing. And I think it's about break time.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can take that, and then give it back to
Drive before
somebody.
you forget it. No problem.
There you go.
I don't think there's any stupid stuff
So
here.
when it's really, really, really windy, I'll pull it down. What's your threshold for pushing down?
Great time, eh?
Break time.
Yeah, we got cookies,
Cookies.
we got bananas, we got cheese.
I need to put.
I try your hand with this.
Oh, right out there.
This is a heat
hooks
kit,
to wind the, wind all the rope around it.
1410.
Usually just been winding it around the tower
HT
section.
1410.
1410, that's what it was.
That's a beautiful shape, too. Nice and clean.
I have all the stuff.
It's been kept in a box, or somebody spent a lot of time cleaning it, one of the other.
I gave it a,
Yeah,
I like cleaning
there's
because it was
a
stuff
yard
that's
arm
mint
that went
condition
across,
when I found it.
and it's got a
$5.
pulley on the top,
Wow.
and so I pulled it.
Oh, you can afford to clean it up for that.
Yes.
So when you lower the tower for wind,
You just have to, it just has to be, yeah, and then let the wire just land on the ground.
Having
I'm
fun.
kind of careful to make sure it doesn't kink, because copper well, paper is dead.
Whoa. Yeah, speed demon.
Yep, stop that, Chris.
Yeah. You're lefty. Would you turn that upside down, or are you you're used to using it that way?
There you go. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of wide, but that's the way it'll work.
But you can, the settings are internal. You gotta open up the box.
Yeah.
And then there's only two settings. One is the distance between the two paddles, and the other is the tension.
Right.
There's not any individual tension adjustment for each of the paddles. So it's, you
That's what I
gotta,
remember. Yeah.
so it's kind of funky that way. And then there's no provision for connecting an external paddle on this. Some people modify these and put
People did that,
a
yeah.
stereo jack, so you can plug in an external paddle, but this one didn't have that.
This one has got molested.
Those connectors on,
Whatever, what are these for?
okay, the connectors on the back, let me read them again,
I think
because I
the one
forgot.
for,
Receiver audio.
oh,
You can plug the output of your receiver so it comes through the headphone here.
is that the way it came?
Yeah,
I remember that.
it has a phono jack for that. It has a phono jack for the keyer output, and a phono jack for an external straight key. And there's a 1/4-inch phone jack for headphones, the old style headphones.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a Molex connector for an external 12-volt power supply. This draws a lot of juice. It's the old style TTL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh boy, goodbye.
So it kills batteries if you would use it off a regular battery.
It's all TTL.
TTL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one that's vacuum tubes.
No, I mean, we're,
I never did use it though.
Everybody wants to give it a
I
try.
know that weird ICO here. So I think it was.
Looking at the cover, it is obviously 80s.
Yep. Give you more life there.
No,
And I'm sure you guys have seen this already. That's the tuna tin. This is the
Was that the two?
You want
this
coffee,
is,
Chris?
the tuna tin S.
Yeah.
S.
Yeah, the tuna tin 2 is just 2 transistors on top of a tuna fish can.
Okay.
This is the third generation, which has a synthesizer.
That's the one that does.
Yeah, the tuna tin 2 is strictly crystal control.
Right.
This has a synthesizer and an Arduino Nano with an
John, you're gonna have to
SI-51
let me in.
synthesizer and
What's
a
that?
digital
You have to
display.
let me in.
For the frequency.
Oh, okay.
And then the output of the module goes to an IRF 510, which is a MOSFET, and they're using that as the final. This came out in, I think it was December 2020, QST magazine. And we got in contact with the author of the article, and we decided in the River City Arts to use this as a club project.
Anybody else some coffee?
I want a coffee.
How about water? Anybody want ice water?
Pass.
How many people built it?
How about I coffee?
You're gonna have to mute your speaker, else you can get feedback.
Yeah, well, I gotta figure out how to get there first.
Phil designed the printed circuit board.
Excuse me.
And I think he made like over 25 or something, right?
Actually, I made quite a few of them.
Made quite a few, and we had.
They're not gonna keep- they're only for-
Did you do one of
No,
those?
I missed that. I had to play that.
How's that?
Yeah.
What was that, Bill?
Yeah, Phil just logged in, he's giving me feedback.
Yeah, I hear it.
Well, I'm trying to get to my control panel and kill my audio here.
But I came out with the little driver with the circuit, and it's on a little postage stamp size for.
Yeah,
yeah, you wanna see, you can power your 9-volt battery.
Jesus.
Sure.
Hate
How many
this.
watts output is that, Carol?
It's a half a watt,
But if you are to
yeah,
Now it's changing the frequency. Or
now,
yeah.
You've seen me.
Oh, yeah, I know, excuse me.
Hopefully,
I think you're getting.
Okay, I got a couple of these cookies there for you.
I
I don't know what to tell you, I got the speaker and the microphone turned off.
I got a hit the control panel, but I don't know where the hell it is.
Carol, how clean is the output on that?
very clean. It's got the same DVR content.
Yeah.
Anybody else for coffee or water?
Coffee for me,
Yeah, I'll take about half a cup of coffee.
control panel.
It comes in coffee. It comes
You want regular,
Sound.
You can't get the speaker on that?
Oh, I'm getting there, just volume.
No, I'm going to say, two things that people.
Speakers.
You go up the coffee and they'll.
Right here, you got speaker control right here.
Oh, you're so good to me. Oh, good. I'm gonna have you run this thing. All I have to do is talk.
I know. I finally found out that there's a command that when you plug in an external mouse, it shuts the pad off. Because I always have a habit of resting my palms on the thing.
I use a mouse whenever I can. Actually, have you ever tracked all of it?
Long time, I know. That really takes me.
Well, then, if you ever do anything,
Oh, because it's all nice and smooth. It doesn't jump like it.
wow, if your layout's around 34, you want to track. I don't know. A lowered speaker if the microphone. Carol,
That's a heck of an extension cord.
Carol is all things computer.
I will be right there for papers.
I'm not.
Don't make a mess.
Don't make a mess.
No.
The other things I bought were some straight keys. I bought this at, this was
That's a baby.
at Hamfest. The last Hamfest in Lincoln, got that for $1.
Oh, shoot.
And this one I got in Reno, at the Reno Hand Swap, for $5 translates on it. And I get this for people who are learning Morse code and use key, you know?
Yeah.
I figure, good to have these.
A friend of mine needs one of those and a sound and a, oscillator.
Okay. Well, I promised one of those for, in case you can't so, he's gonna have one of those.
Oh, thank you.
And the other one is, if nobody needs it right now, I can bring it to the White Elephant sale.
Yeah, it's just a white elephant.
I will take notes on those.
Take that my no,
Jeez.
In Zoomland, I haven't seen this. This is the Heathkit
Did they send another one?
HD 1410
The labor was on you.
Kier. This was built in the 1970s, and it's in practically mint condition. Yeah, I found this at the Reno Ham Swap. It was in a estate sale box, $5.
Oh.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's a side tone, it's got a built-in speaker, and it's really neat. So I'm using it on the slow speed CW practice net on Friday nights now at 8 p.m.
Oh, that's great. So,
It's.
Can you change the tone on it?
Well, I don't.
There's a pot inside. It's set for 750 hertz right now. It can go up to about 1,000 hertz.
How far down?
I didn't
Well, I didn't
know.
know.
Yeah.
Some people like
Like
it
it
super
super low,
low.
I don't like it too low.
Mike always liked the super low side tones. I
I might make it more.
Okay.
You know, then you can tune the radio to it, you can tune your piano to that. I've got a tuning bar that, you know, you tap and it plays an A.
Yes.
And it's like you tune your side tone to it.
Tuning fork.
Yeah. Tuning fork dealt with.
I have one in my doctor's bag.
Yeah.
We used to use that for hearing tests.
Yeah.
What's that?
Was it at 440
Oh, yeah.
or was it was a higher frequency that doctors use?
The one I had was, I believe it was either 440, I think it was 440.
No, it's just the one that had the two metal
Yes.
bars on the top that would allow it to keep going for a long time.
Well, that was to adjust the resonance, right, to lower the frequency.
In the Army, they fired an M16, see if you could hear that.
Oh,
If
then
that
you
worked,
could-
you're all set.
Then you couldn't hear anything after that.
Didn't need to.
Oh.
So this microphone's
You
back
didn't,
working
you didn't
again?
have to shoot M1s?
Actually, no. M14s and M16s,
Yeah.
and 50 caliber.
Oh my God.
Only time I fired them one was on funeral service.
Don't be the guest of honor. Carol is gonna be the technical assistant for my presentation, so I don't screw things up.
Good.
So I would,
I think so. I think I just need to be close enough to talk. And it should pick it up, don't you think, Carol?
Well, the voice picks up a lot better if you're near the microphone.
Oh, okay, I'll go over there, and then you can just
showing off.
punch me through the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chromed and nice.
Yeah, we have kind of an echo chamber program going here.
We don't have the we don't have the speaker going here.
For you guys here. Check this out.
I think that's what you need to use.
There.
Off in there.
Is he spending room for his computer here?
Okay.
Oh, good coffee, sir.
Oh.
Never seen an echo.
It's like a random click on it.
I hate
As a magazine.
safest place at firing range when I was there. Was downrange. I would give you 10 rounds, and there would be one in my back, and the left and right.
Just stay out of Beirut. Stay out of Beirut.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes. That's not on my travel itinerary.
Beirut.
Hey, at least they got a temporary stop to that longshoreman strike.
Yeah,
That's a
right.
good thing.
Unless they're postponing it.
They did postpone.
Yeah.
January.
Oh, I'm like, give me time to look now.
Just at home.
That's in Syria,
I guess they supposedly had the salary part down.
Yeah, you know, they were only making 150 grand a year.
Oh, yeah. But I think they want the automation.
That won't work. You're never gonna stop it.
And it's a losing battle.
It's like this AI thing they're talking about.
It's the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, the Industrial Revolution was all about that very same issue, just get right on the market. You can't ignore
Throw your shoes and that mechanism.
it. Then you have your shoes. Interesting world we live in.
I wish it would stop getting more.
Yeah. It will when we croak.
Good coffee, John.
It is.
Glad you like it.
Very good coffee. It's for Starbucks now,
That's not hard. Really?
Luke.
I really wouldn't be a-
Airplane flight for Christmas.
Okay, wow.
Well, it wouldn't be a compliment to say that.
No,
Everybody's got their own preference.
No, he paid for
For a
a
kid
ticket
or
on
myself.
well, that's true.
Okay. I have to drink it half hot water if I get stuck drinking Starbucks. Half hot water is about right. But
Yeah,
it's a matter of opinion.
it always is.
No, we have to figure out what to get everybody for Christmas. Run out of ideas.
Well, if that's all the show and tell, we should go ahead with Phil's presentation. After he finishes his coffee.
What's the easiest way for you, Joe?
Yeah, let's just carry this over there, that's easy, right?
No, we're gonna have.
Does it have to be plugged in all the time, or?
No, it'll run on battery.
Okay, so then we move the wire over there.
Yeah, if I stand here,
I'd be able to stand here and talk, and then I look at the screen.
You're not standing well. Microphone's over here. I took the camera there.
Yeah.
So, Bill, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
Then I
can
can
hear
see
me or
what's
not,
going
but
on.
there's feedback, there's still feedback.
So, you got it right there.
Yeah, I got the computer here. We'll, get you some juice.
Now you want the speaker on or off over there? It's off right now. So you're gonna use the speaker in your computer?
No.
Do you need speaker? You don't have sound on your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, we can put something.
We get the echo like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When I turn the speaker on.
Oh, well, I don't, I know what I'm saying.
So you know where your presentation is?
It should be. You don't want to have.
So what's going on with feedback?
It's, open office.
Then we need to close, some of these other windows that you were looking at. Okay.
I don't know where it is.
Did I let you in already?
It's one of these things down here?
That's
There
it.
you
There
go.
you go. And then slideshow.
Slideshow, start the slideshow, and then, over there you need to enable sharing.
That's it, that's where
Have
we
you
want
seen
to
enable
start.
sharing over there?
Should I turn off shared sound?
Yeah, we don't need that.
That might be where our problem is.
Share. You disabled sharing.
Huh?
You've disabled the sharing.
Okay,
It says you are sharing screen.
No, you gotta share from here.
Oh,
See,
from
here,
there.
yeah, here, all participants can share, see? That's it, that's it.
But it said down here you're sharing, but then it's waiting for something from this computer, I guess.
We are sharing from here now,
Okay.
and there. There you go.
Cool.
And where's the audio?
ARC5 transceiver project.
It's gonna come from the microphone, he's gonna talk.
The audio we hear.
Oh.
You're in the room.
As soon as I turn the TV on, we get feedback.
We don't need, oh,
I don't think you need that.
we gotta mute your microphone on here.
Remove the microphone there. Oh, okay.
I muted his microphone, so there should not be any more feedback.
Okay, much better.
We good? Good to go?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you about this.
Can you hear us, David?
A-OK on this end.
Okay.
Perfect. In my junk box, I had an old ARC 5 receiver, which is, who wants to run the cursor? That thing. This old ARC 5 receiver was sitting in my junk pile, and I thought, you know, it'd be kind of interesting to make a transceiver out of it. Make sense? Click the button, let's go to the next slide. Right here. There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, anyhow, that receiver had some requirements. You need 24 volts for the filaments. They're all 12-volt tubes, 6 tubes, and they're tied in series. So you need 24 volts to power the filaments. The plate supply is about 200-volt DC. The receiver has a coverage of 6 to 9.1 megahertz with an IF frequency of 2.83 megahertz, which is rather unusual. And the specifications call out the receiver is sensitive to 4 microvolt signal, minimum discernible signal. But I actually measured it, it was 3.4 microvolts. And the receiver consists of an RF amplifier stage, a mixer VFO, which we used to call a converter, do you recall? There's 2 IF stages, there's a detector BFO stage, and an audio amplifier. Next slide.
Where's the cursor again?
Bill, 3.4 microvolts, how's that compare to a modern receiver?
Well, that amounts to about, a modern receiver is 0.1 microvolts.
Okay.
We lost something here. Well, no, let's go on with this. So here's what I plan to do. I was going to take the signal off the receiver, which is this VFO thing. I was going to build a VFO buffer mixer. I have to have a local oscillator that deals with the IF frequency. That's his 2.84 local oscillator. Then the output of the mixer you run through a bandpass filter because, you know, when you have a mixer, you get more than what you're looking for. Out of that, you go to a driver. I was going to use a Class E amplifier, but I went to Class C, and a filter, and then TR switching. So next, oh, what I should do now, I'll pass along the circuits.
Here's the Class C amplifier?
Yeah, most stuff's Class C.
Oh, this is the transmitter.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong frequency here in my mind.
So,
I've done the receiver.
what did I do again? Missing the board. So here's the high impedance mixer. And you flip it over, you see where the input comes. This is the high inputs FET amplifier. The bottom side is a double balance ring mixer, and then the output's that SMA connector. So that's what this thing is. And then you need to offset the VFO, and so you need a local oscillator to drive the mixer. So this is the local oscillator. That is a SI5351 with a little microcontroller to set the frequency.
Yeah, just like in the tuna tin.
That's exactly what it is.
Gotta go.
So anyway, that's that board. And let's click slides again.
It's not working.
Did you break it?
Right arrow.
I think if you just click on the picture, it'll go, see? Like that.
Oh, there's the power supply. That was the up arrow. Oh, by the way, this power supply, you see this thing?
Here's that.
You know what that is? This thing in the bracket? That is a 24 volt sprinkler timer transformer.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah.
And you see how the two prongs from the line are
Yeah.
soldered in place? I thought that was a pretty good
I love
use of
I love it.
Sure.
recycling junk. Let's scroll back down again here.
Next slide.
Next slide. You gotta go back up. What's going on here? We're
We're
way out of
backwards.
sync.
The Foley?
Try previous.
Okay, hang on a minute. Usually the right click goes one direction.
Well, now we're out of it.
Screen sharing is stopped. Why would that be?
I don't know.
Here's sharing again.
Why is this so hard?
Okay.
Oh, well now, this is our presentation.
Yeah.
Is there a right arrow on the bottom of the keyboard?
Go up here where it says slideshow. Click on slideshow. That one, click that.
There we go.
Now you need to scroll, you need to go up.
Go backwards.
Yeah, there's the block diagram.
Oh,
There's the power supply. So this is the schematic of the receiver. So the RF amplifier stage, this mixer oscillator, this is where I stole the signal for the VFO. And believe it or not, that puts out 120 volt peak to peak. So next slide.
Okay.
that's a bit much.
And here's a picture of the output of that VFO. And it's showing that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 volt peak to peak at 9.99 megahertz. So the VFO runs at 2.83 megahertz higher than the signal you're trying to look for, right?
Yeah.
Click the button again. Where'd that look? Oh, keep going. Okay, so here is the mixer, and I passed that around. You saw that. There's a little FET J310. By the way, this input circuit is the same thing she used in a Tektronix oscilloscope. So in any event, through this suppression network or attenuator network, we get a signal down the point that it drives this mixer properly.
Yeah, just showing the mixer to people that can see it in a little,
I don't know.
there it comes out in the little speaker inset there. There it is, that's it, this is the mixer.
Then the other side's the actual mixer.
Oh, there you go.
It's an SPL mixer. It's a double balanced diode ring mixer. So in any event, that's how we get the signal into this mixer assembly. Next slide. And this is the actual board that she was showing you. I covered all of them so they can see them all. Click, and this is the FET amplifier. Click the next slide. We're having a tough time with this. Next slide again. Okay, and this is the local oscillator, and I would pass that one around.
Yeah, here it is. Local oscillator,
Well,
there,
they can see it right here.
there it is. Same thing. It's to prove that we really have it.
We really have it. Okay, click the next slide. So that, oh, now I know what's going on. After this, you need a bandpass filter. So if you click the next slide, you'll see this is the design of the bandpass filter. This outfit, SFMARC Microwave, has a great little program for designing filters. So I designed it using their tool, and then I built it. And that's this. This is the 40 meter bandpass filter. You like my Torres and my X-Acto knife board traces and the surface mount capacitors. You like those? Do you see them on there? They're not much bigger than a grain of rice.
Yeah, how do you hold them on there?
They're soldered on.
Yeah.
So in any event, that's the bandpass filter, and the next slide will show you the response curve on that filter. Look at this, the insertion loss is 0.2 dB. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, is it? Next slide. So from that, now we need a driver. So if you look at this driver circuitry, there's 3 transistors. The upper transistor, this 2N3906, has a little jack over here. You know what that's for? Heat shaking. Right? You can't have those chirpy transmitters.
Okay, sure.
So as you click the key, it charges this little capacitor, which slowly allows the oscillator to feed through.
That avoids key clicks.
That's exactly right.
That's what it does.
We do good stuff in
Yes.
Sidner Labs. So in any event, we come out of this thing with another stage. Next slide, please. And there it is. Again, custom, homemade, X-Acto knife carved traces. You like those? Yeah. Not everybody does that. Next slide.
The traces are too straight.
So then you need a final amplifier. So this is a step-up transformer to drive this transistor, which happens to be a, what did I use in there? It's on the schematic. In any event, it's a 1 watt output transformer with an output filter. And there's a little xenodiode in here in case you're operating into a high SWR. This sucks energy off the collector of that transistor so we don't turn it to smoke.
Oh, no.
And that's the end of the transmitter. I will tell you this, the receiver performed so poorly.
Here's John.
Oh, it is 3.4
It's so poorly that I abandoned the project once I got this far.
Yeah. Back into
I said, this is just plain stupid.
Probably a good decision, though.
And so I'm here to present to you the fact that if you really work hard at it, you can create something that's really stupid.
All right.
And I succeeded.
How many hours did you put into this?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, no.
You know, you start down the path,
Yeah.
you go as far down that path as you want,
Yeah.
then you kick yourself a couple of times saying, you know, that was an interesting experiment, I better find something else to do. So I went out and played some golf.
Right, there you go.
You could enhance the.
So that's the whole deal.
Wow, that's great.
Well, you know,
Did you like that?
the receiver works up to the standards of World War II.
They were.
Yeah.
Right, now,
Right.
the thing you have to think about that,
Yeah.
this Arc 5 stuff was installed in bombers, which typically were flying at about 10,000 feet. And there were hundreds of those aircraft that went out on these raids. So how sensitive do you want a receiver
No.
that's sitting alongside a 200 watt CW transmitter at 10,000 feet with 100 other guys? You don't want a very sensitive receiver, do you? And that's why they built them the way they built them.
Yeah.
I should have thought about that before I got started, but it was an interesting project.
Yeah.
You just need to enhance the Arc 5 receiver.
No.
No? No.
He thought about it, I can tell.
Okay, another follow-up question on another project. Did you ever figure out what was in that little pellet potted black box on that
No.
antenna?
No.
Yeah?
No. You know, at Pacificon, I may see if there's somebody there from Palomar
Oh.
and
Pick their brain, huh?
pick their brain and see what the answer is.
What antenna?
That's a good
End-fed
idea.
half wave, Palomar's end-fed half
Oh,
wave,
okay.
with their little bullets.
There's a black box in there.
Somehow it actually works better than
It's,
most
it's,
end-feds,
it's,
huh?
it's more than just an end-fed. In fact, it's an off-center fed,
Oh, I see ya.
end-fed,
Oh.
which is another really strange.
it's not in-fed if it's off-center fed.
Exactly.
Well.
But they brand it as an end-fed.
And it does perform?
Remarkably well. I did a presentation showing
Yeah.
how well it performed compared to a lot of others, and it was surprising.
How much real estate do you need for it?
There's an 80-foot length and a 50-foot length,
Oh.
and you can configure it any which way you'd like.
You know, I think Rob had one of those.
Really?
They work remarkably well.
I think that's me,
Did you like my custom boards? I was pretty, oh, I didn't show you this. I built a set of mounting rails. One of these goes on either side and all those boards line up. They're stacked up.
That's better, that's nice.
So you never really put it together?
Oh, I did put them together,
Oh, okay.
but I tore it all apart.
Just to test it, you put it
No,
together?
just because that's what I do.
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm never happy.
So Phil, I got a question.
What's that, David?
So I got a question. On that receiver that you started with, is it got a speaker in it or is it headphone only?
It's actually headphone only, and the output stage is designed to drive 1,000 ohm load. And that's distributed throughout the aircraft. Why it's done that way, I don't know, but they were all built that way.
1,000 ohm.
1,000 ohm, yeah.
Yeah.
5 feet.
Yep.
Crystal,
Purple all over the place.
crystal.
Any other questions, David?
That's the only one I've got at my tier. I'm tier 1, you know.
You know, you're our favorite listener.
You are.
They're only listening to that.
Oh, is that true?
That's it, that's right.
What a publication.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think my ratings are very good.
Well, you're gonna have thousands more that watch it on YouTube after it's recorded up there.
Well, that's it, unless there's some more questions.
All right.
Thank you, Phil.
Guys, quite a lot of time and effort. I hope you had fun.
Oh, I had a fine time.
Sure.
I mean, you had to design all those stages and build them and optimize them. There's a lot of circuitry there.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever
No doubt about that.
I did. I put a watt meter on it too. A genuine Phil Sittner built.
High quality.
Watt meter.
Now,
How much was the output? Half a watt?
There's a watt.
I have a non-electronic question for you guys.
Back to you.
I'm sure that's for Bob. What the heck is this tool?
Yeah. Should just put the little channel in there.
Yeah,
So I'll unshare this.
I found it, and I have no idea what it is. Bob has some idea what maybe.
The noisy floor.
What's it out?
Any idea?
Did you like my boards, Carol?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's
Some sort of a high current
that
terminal.
tonight, you know?
Is that part of
The secret to doing that
No, the way I like to
is you
see
need
the
a
size.
machinist caliper.
Yes, so to give
And
you
you
the
scratch
size
the
here.
lines.
Oh, I see.
It's a mechanical
David,
with a rank or something.
And it only can be
Has
1
it
ounce
one
copper,
one
because if you
amp?
have 2
Oh, I
ounce
see.
copper, you cannot cut
Yeah.
through it.
I see that. Oh, I see.
So anyway,
It looks like
I had fun with that.
that came with a piece of.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it came
this
with
is a
something.
presentation that the River City crowd will find at all.
Garbage disposal.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of fossils there too.
Any idea? Why not take the best?
I've seen.
Yes,
I have.
it's for
David.
It's to take the
Must be
bezel
louder.
Whatever, Phil.
Yeah, John, did you call me?
Yeah.
No, it's.
Did you have any, responses to the, online sign up
Oh,
for,
there's a new one there. That's
the,
that's what it looks like to me.
California
You
QSO
can
party?
tighten this little.
I saw an email come over. Let me look at that email here real quick.
Rob's here.
Oh, well,
There's an email I received, looks like this morning.
Yeah, I went out today.
It said, event CQP,
The other.
please sign up for this event by clicking the following link. But I don't know of any, I don't know the report on it.
No idea. Am I gonna go?
Well, here's the thing.
I think I did, a week ago, but.
If there's enough interest, I'll go ahead and have it. If there's not, I'm not gonna do it.
Right, it was gonna be from 8 o'clock in the morning and, oh my gosh. It's ending Sunday?
I won't do it through Sunday anyway. I would only do it 12 hours if I do it.
Okay, so like from 8 to 8?
I gotta spend some time with Windows 11, you know,
What is it?
it's hard to find things.
99, I
It's
think it
weird.
is.
Yeah, I'll have to log in and see if I can see it, but I haven't received any notices of any signups.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Hey, David, I think it starts at 9.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Pretty nice.
Okay, well,
Starts at 9 o'clock.
We gotta figure out right now if we're gonna do it or not. If there's not enough people, there's not enough people to do it.
Right.
So with everything going on,
So,
so that would be Saturday, day after tomorrow.
correct.
Oh, that's CTV.
Yeah.
Well, I had a thought.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't know who may have signed up or not. This looks like it was an invite to me to sign up, but it said October 5th at 8 o'clock. Contest or operating event reminder, sign up is requested. Event reminder. Now, I don't know, did anybody else get one of these?
I got one, it came from the, online thing that we're a part of.
Yeah.
Oh, Ham
The
Club
online
Online.
thing, I have no idea what it's doing.
Yeah, so I don't know what happens. I mean, I could, I guess I could sign up and see what happens. Event detail. Oh, here you go. Event details, rules.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll have to dig into this, but
Want to make some of those?
what I was going to put out here is a possibility. John, I don't know what, I know you offered your
It's only
phone.
the day after tomorrow.
Right.
I know. I think our group that's here tonight is the group. If
I
anybody's
don't see
going to want
anybody
to do it.
coming at it.
Right.
So if that's the case, we're
Well, we
just
won't do
gonna
it.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll forget about it and then see what happens. I'll dig in and see if there's anybody that signed up for it, but I haven't gotten any alerts.
Okay. But there's a lot going on this month, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. We got POTA later, and then Carol, you have that event on the 12th, right?
Yeah, we have, we already received the instructions for exhibitors at the Maker Fair. The ARL liaison person you'll be working with is JoJo at KN6HTV, because I have to be that same time up at Reading, at a Hamfest. So we already have 6 people signed up. Bob, you're one of them. I don't know anybody else here.
I think I'll be there.
Oh, you're gonna be there as well. So we may actually have 7 people, because I wasn't sure here, so on the list. And it starts at 10 a.m. and goes through to 3 p.m. And they ask people to be on site to set up and hopefully to have all your vehicles off the grounds by 9 a.m. So
And the date again?
it's October 12th. Yes, it was the old Columbus Day.
Yeah. Real club.
And we actually have over 60 exhibitors this year.
Ooh.
So it looks like it's back up to big size. And the last time it was that big, we had over 1,000 people from the public coming through. So it's looks very promising. There's a lot of activities for all family members there too. For those who are exhibitors, they're going to provide you with a lunch, and it's not gluten free. I'm sorry, but
Maybe I'll get a soda.
yeah, you get a soda, you get chips, and you can get there's a vegetarian option too, I believe, not because it's Chick-fil-A that's serving. And
Eat more chicken.
yeah, you have to participate as an exhibitor, you need to let us know, because we get you an exhibitor badge. So that'll get you that. And
We pick that up there,
yep,
the badge you pick up there.
that's going to be picked up by JoJo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he goes to set up, he's going to pick up all the badges.
So you need an email from me to invite me to let you know that I am.
Well, you told me, I'm going to go ahead and add you on the list.
Okay.
That's good. We have about 7 people in. So
There's a lot of kids
What
gear- what
and there's some real interest.
do they need? Should I bring my oscillators or?
bring your oscillators, yes, absolutely, and bring some of those Morse code worksheets, because kids love those. That's a big draw for the young people. And if you have any homebrew stuff, makers are especially interested in that.
Yeah, bring your R5 with you.
Anything, anything that you may. I know that unfortunately Phil can't be there, right?
I've got a sure thing I'm doing.
Oh, you opt out,
Golf?
No, this is actually a
Who's bringing radio?
bocce ball.
Antennas.
Oh,
cool.
It's pretty much bring what you have that you want to bring, and we'll organize when we get there. But yeah, we'll be out on the green, so you'll be able to put up an antenna, which is fine. And
Canopy and a table.
we have 2 canopies that the college is providing for our exhibit. They're providing 2 canopies and 2 tables.
Wow.
And so if anybody else wants to bring a canopy, if there's more, you need more space, you're welcome to do that.
You can make chairs.
There's gonna be 2 chairs, you should bring more chairs, yeah. You have a folding chair. Okay, so, yeah, send me an email if you have any questions, and I'll forward it on to Jojo. My email is kp4md@arrl.org. So, that's that, and of course, PacificCon is the 18th, 19th, and 20th, and it's past the time for online registration, so if you haven't registered, you have to do that at the door. And it's 3 full days. The first day is Friday, they're doing a tennis seminar, and all the other activities. The banquet is Saturday, and Sunday we wrap up with the ARL forum, which is 2 p.m. Breakfast with Gordo, that's another big draw. Gordon West is going to be there. And I don't know if he's going to have a breakfast on Saturday or Sunday. The last time it was on
Saturday.
It's on Saturday. Gordon West is quite a dynamo. I mean, he's been in this so many years, and he's a wonderful educator, and it's just loaded with all kinds of enthusiasm to get more and more people in amateur radio.
Last year we had the daily test for that too, huh?
Yeah.
YouTube.
So I think he'll be there again this year.
OG, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, KE0OG. And who else is going to be there? Bob Heil, unfortunately, is no longer with us.
You know.
Are
He
you
was quite a
presenting?
guy.
Are you presenting this year, Phil?
No, this year I'm taking it easy. We will have a YL forum for the ladies, so that's going to be there on Saturday also.
Bob, what was this called?
Right.
Bob Heil, K9EID, was it?
Yeah.
K9EID, I think.
Was he on YouTube as well?
Yeah, he does.
He was on the Ham, it was Ham Nation.
Because the other
He
gentleman.
started Ham
He
Nation.
started Ham Nation.
The other gentleman.
And he was an
from Auburn.
EM enthusiast.
There's a gentleman from Auburn who is very, very active, and he's very old with cancer.
Oh, yeah, that's Jim at W6LG.
LG, yeah.
And he was the owner, proprietor of High Sierra Antennas.
Oh.
So he is still there, and he just posted a YouTube video, not
Yeah.
he's still doing it.
Really? I thought they were out of business.
Yeah, they did. He closed up and he moved down to Rockland. That's where he is now.
Ah.
He moved to Rockland,
In Rockland, in the low, in the non-Sierra.
so he's dedicated himself to doing Elmering over YouTube. So his free time now in his retirement.
What kind of antennas did I see or build?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did screwdrivers.
Screwdriver, yeah, they were good quality. I get the best one out there now for Scorpion. But they want big bucks for that.
Scorpion and the Tar Heel.
Yeah, but they hold it up. Okay.
My first screwdriver was a High Sierra.
Oh, God, yeah, what is that?
Yeah, it was a sidekick. And I needed to upgrade when I got my amplifier because the sidekick could only handle 200 watts, and I needed something with handle a kilowatt, so I got a Tar Heel. And it goes all the way from 80 to 10 meters. That's the vertical antenna I use.
Very well. Living program.
What else we got, John?
That is it.
Appreciate it.
I'm open in January for the NAQP.
Okay.
Locked away, yeah.
John, did you want a ARC 5 transceiver?
Well, with an enhanced receiver, I would.
Well,
but
wait a minute, you might hear me on it, John, if I put on my,
I'd have to have the enhanced version. You know, I think,
That's the one that.
maybe get an improved vacuum tube on the front end of that, and maybe juice that up a little.
You know, I still can't get over the lack of sensitivity. It's got an RF amplifier.
That's what I've noticed when I have it. You can't hear anything on this
Two
thing.
stages of IF amplifier. A good solid audio stage.
I could hear like 2 stations and they were both in town.
Oh, now you know why. Just think about the application.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They have some dried out capacitors in there.
I changed every one.
You put all that work in there, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I changed every capacitor.
Wow.
Oh, that's
That thing's 80 years old.
They had those old bathtub capacitors in it, didn't it?
Put any old capacitor in there,
I'm sorry.
used whichever you had, right?
No. What they did, they had cylindrical zinc housings, machined housings, and they wound paper capacitors,
Oh, man.
stuffed them in those containers, and, they had the header leads that came out,
Yeah.
and they bolted to the side rails of the chassis.
Yep.
And,
Shielded.
and there was something like 30 .02s and 11.1s and a couple of electrolytic capacitors. And so I bought some replacements. I tried putting them back in the housing. I took those housings, I chucked them up in my lathe, and I turned off the ends so I could replace the innards. And it just was not a viable way of approaching it. So I just put them in, with a lug and got them all up and running. The thing is, it worked quite well. It's just, there's no sensitivity.
Did you measure the sensitivity?
I did. They claimed 4 microvolts, and I measured 3.4.
Yeah, you're doing better than 4, so hey.
So, it did as advertised. But my favorite part of it was the lawn sprinkler timer filament wrench. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, I like that.
That's repurposed.
Just weird stuff.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
I have a radio amplifier that I use in the house. All of a sudden, as soon as I turn it on, I hear pop, 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 pop for about 10 seconds. And then it quiets down for the whole day, no problem.
I bet if you open that sucker up, you've got some capacitors that are not happy.
Doing some looking at YouTube, they say, well, check the cable, because the cable must be, bad connection, etc.
Is it arcing?
So I thought about capacitors.
Just change them all, be done with it.
Yep.
All the electrolytic capacitors.
Take
You
a-
probably no more than 4 or 5 in the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
The other real hit symptom is you turn on an amplifier and it starts off with a whole bunch of hum and then it goes bad capacitors again.
They make a lot of noise, yeah.
And then if you get into Tektronix oscilloscopes, then you find out what bad capacitors are, especially if they're tantalums.
Oh, God. Please, no.
And there are hundreds.
Yeah.
Boy.
Maybe not hundreds, dozens. Especially in the Tech 485s, which is a 350 megahertz Tektronix
Oh,
oscilloscope.
man, yeah.
Well, thanks, guys, appreciate it. Very good.
Yes,
Art.
very good presentations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You sure you don't want an arc cloud transceiver?
I did that enhanced receiver, so
Next Tuesday.
give me a call when you get that enhanced and we can talk.
Hey, John,
There will be no enhanced.
on 40 meter, just call TQ, of course, everybody would be calling me, of course, you won't hear them, you can actually say you can't hear any, you won't be lying.
Yeah, I was trying to learn CW using one of those things. I only get like
Did you learn anything?
3 stations in the whole,
Oh.
and they're all local, and one of them was AM,
Oh, really?
Isn't that weird? And and that whole ARC 5 arrangement, they had a navigation receiver, they had the 40 meter receiver, they had an 80 meter receiver, they had a modulator.
Yeah, the modulator,
The
right.
modulator was so that the pilots could talk between planes. And of course, then there was the operator on the
Modulator, wait a minute here.
Yeah, yeah.
AM modulator.
Oh, yeah, okay, talk.
And the transmitter used a pair of I think they were
1625,
1625, which was a 12-volt version of the 807.
Right.
Yeah.
What I did was my keys. This is my glasses. And and that's roughly 200 watts. And each of those rigs had a dynamotor.
You sure 200 watts? Really? Wow.
I think an 807 is about 100 watt too.
Well, yeah, if you push it.
On a good day.
We always push it.
Yeah, but as far as design,
But the military,
what the armed military did is probably not 100 watts.
Well, let's say it's 100 watts, 150 watts.
Input.
But it must
Right, but
carry
again, you know,
Yeah.
look at the environment those things were in.
Oh, yeah.
10,000 feet in the air, I mean,
And all the vibration.
oh yeah.
That didn't help.
And you see pictures of those
Oh, yeah.
at radio operator station. There's rows of that stuff.
Yeah, they've got,
Sure.
yeah, you got the 40 meter, the 80 meter, the.
The navigation receiver.
There was like 4 different versions of the ARC 5, right?
And then they had all the audio distribution stuff throughout the plane.
Yeah,
It was-
right, all of them did that, yeah.
Complicated mess.
390.
It worked.
Yeah,
Sure worked. Went to war with it, so there you
Yeah.
go.
And ARC stood for Aircraft Radio Corporation.
Is that what it was? Was there only one manufacturer?
Primarily.
No,
But then other people started making them. I think Magnavox was one of them that built
Huh.
those ARC 5s.
he does the real thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a story. Doesn't make a very good transceiver though. But now you know how to do it if you ever have an interest.
If anybody gets the urge, we can hook them up.
Right.
I can even share the circuits.
Don't tell them
And they
everything.
work.
Yeah, don't tell them about everything, though. Just tell them, you know, here you go.
You just need to build a receiver along with it. That's what's needed.
There's a lot of ways of doing things.
Yeah, there are.
You know, I had a buddy up in Ukiah that was in the aftermarket two-cycle engine exhaust business.
Oh,
And this
Two-cycle
guy was
exhaust.
world class. And his principal business was jet skis. And so a two-cycle exhaust system is called an expansion chamber. And there's quite a design to expansion chambers. And so he was building these things, but the problem with these jet skis was the only ignition system you could get your hands on was the factory ignition, which had a rev limiter built into it, and you could not change the advance curve. So he and I were talking one day. He asked me if I could build him an ignition. I said, well, I've never tried that, but I will. And so 2.5 years it took me to figure out how to build a capacity discharge electronic ignition with adjustable advance curve and adjustable rev limiting. And in addition to that, the way the expansion chamber works, it's a sonic wave that goes blasting through the chamber, and then it gets reflected back, so you get part of the intake charge thrown back in just before the piston shuts off the cylinder. So if you time it just right, you get this mild supercharging effect. Well, if you change the exhaust gas temperature, you change the reflection rate of the sonic wave. And so we use water injection into this exhaust pipe to change the sonic wave characteristic and expand the power band. You get a broader power band. So I built those things. It took me forever to figure out how to do it, but they work. So if you ever need one of those, you ask.
kind of like another project.
Well, we finally did it. We put Rod to sleep. Okay.
Peter, either.
I think I'll leave.
All right, thank you. That concludes the meeting.
Next month,
Next month.
Yeah.
Will be,
I'll play with my sparkulator machine.
Thank you.
hey.